Hello, excuse me. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you know where's P.F. Chang's around here?
P.F. Chang's?
I'm actually just kidding. I just had to stop you because I thought you were cute. I just like turn around. I was like, you're so cute. I had to turn around and talk to you.
What do you notice about the set yourself as you watch it? Anything?
Not really.
Okay. So the asking opener and then like going off of it, that's actually pretty good. I've been messing around with that lately. It's pretty good. It's like similar to the old school opinion openers, so that can work. And it definitely gives them a good excuse to stop without being slutty. So that's good. The big thing here is your vocal rhythm is super fast. Super fast. Like you normally are very calm and slow when you talk. It's right? Just listen to the speed.
Hello, excuse me. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you know where's P.F. Chang's around here?
P.F. Chang's?
I'm actually just kidding. I just had to stop you because I thought you were cute. I just like turn around. I was like, you're so cute. I had to turn around and talk to you.
All right. Allow yourself to breathe, relax, pause. If you seem more relaxed, ironically, the reason that guys talk fast is that they're like, no, they want to get it all out. They're like, oh, if I don't talk, she'll leave. Right? They could be nervous too. But yeah, I think a lot of us are trying to like talk fast and like get them to stay there. But ironically, if you seem more relaxed, that's what will keep them there. So talking slowly, especially because you already have her stopped, will help you even more than going fast.
You have a very like artistic vibe to you. Are you artistic?
Give it more time. You have a very artistic vibe to you. Pause. Are you artistic? Not you have a very artistic vibe, you are very artistic. Give her a chance to respond. Because ideally what you want is for her to chase, right? And for her to participate. And if you keep talking over the ends of all your stuff, especially stuff that's high impact, like something about her, if you keep talking over the ends of it, it's going to create a precedent where you're just talking at them and they're just listening, and you don't want that. You want them participating. So give those spaces and those gaps.
No, I don't think so.
Really? What are you into?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I do education consulting.
Education consulting?
Yeah, so it's management strategy consulting
Okay.
for the education sector.
Are you walking this way?
I am, yeah.
I'll actually walk with you. I'm actually meeting up with a friend. Yeah.
Was that your friend? Did you just...
No, that's my friend as well. We're actually meeting up someone here for dinner. Actually, just got here on...
chocolate?
What's that? Are you going to give me a piece of chocolate?
I'm offering you chocolate.
Well, that's so sweet. Thank you.
It's really dark,
I appreciate it. I love dark chocolates.
Do you like dark chocolate?
Okay, so that's good that you changed it from the initial place. It's good and bad. The good thing about it is that the pickup no longer looks quite as much like a pickup. It looks a little bit more like you're with her and it's going somewhere. So that part's good. The part that's potentially bad about it is you don't know how far or where she's going.
Right.
So by getting her going in that direction again, you may have time constrained yourself by accident. Right? You may have created a situation where she's going to get where she's going and then move. So I think that what you did is good in general, but it's a little risky in the sense of you could lose it because of it. Better possibly would be if you found out where she was going and found out it's not super close and then did that. Or if you said, let's walk this way for a second and then sit down, or let's walk this way for a second, and then once you started walking, you knew a place to sit down or you knew a place to like pause again.
Okay.
So the ideal would be if you started walking and then came up with a good natural place to then lead her and sit back down or stop again, because now you're leading the set and you're like officially like kind of together instead of in pickup mode. But from a pure pickup standpoint, not a logistics standpoint, and not a like practical standpoint, this is really good. Obviously, getting offered chocolate is always good, so a pretty good indicator of interest.
I'm visiting Boston after 7 years. I was here back in 2000, actually 2006, so it's been 8 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I grew up in New Jersey. Moved to Philadelphia 2 years ago for work, so I've been in Philly for 2 years now.
Really? What do you do in Philly?
I'm a district manager for a sales company.
Again, this is all really good, except for two things. Interestingly enough, the talking is too fast, and the progression is too slow. Okay. The progression actually is fine, but the progression is too slow only because you're walking, you're going to arrive somewhere. So because you're going to arrive somewhere, they get to know you stuff, it's kind of not as productive because it's just kind of killing time before that inevitable parting occurs. But then within on like the more micro level, you're talking too fast. So talk slower, but talk more relevantly, if possible. Not that it's obviously a good set. Like obviously this is not by any means a bad set. There's much more good than bad going on. But that's the comments I would give.
So my job is to like hire, train salespeople, coach them, manage them. So you said you're an education consultant?
Yeah.
So what is that? What kind of...
It's a good question. So we work with school districts.
Uh-huh.
So it's management strategy consulting, like the same as if you work for like a Bain or a McKinsey,
Uh-huh.
but instead of like clients being Fortune 500 companies or school districts.
Okay.
So yeah, I do a lot of research and then I have a lot of client feedback.
So what do you like doing in your spare time?
What do I like doing? I'm a big reader.
Big reader? Uh-huh. I love that. I actually am a big reader as well. What kind of books do you read?
I like science fiction.
Science fiction?
Yeah, I'm really
I'm like huge into psychology and philosophy.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Another quick comment. What is the ratio of questions to statements in what you're saying?
It's probably 78% questions.
Yeah. You do slightly better if it was more either statements or when you follow up on the questions, you follow up with statements. So for example, instead of like, where are you from? Oh, okay, cool. What do you do there? Da, 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 da. Instead of where are you from? She says like, oh, really? I've heard great things about that place. Oh, really? Oh, I hate that place. Right? Or like, where are you from? She says like, oh, I'm sorry, we're done. I'm just kidding. No, I've heard good things actually. Right? So add a little wrinkle, add a little something interesting that conveys your personality, that gives a little bit of uniqueness to the conversation, aside from just the questions. And just following up question isn't bad. Julian actually does question, but he does two things. He does the question in a demanding way, and then he also does little wrinkles in between. So it's not literally question. It's question, wrinkle, interesting flirtation, another question. So add that, and it's going to increase or improve what you're doing.
I know it sounds crazy, but
No.
I don't know. Love psychology.
Are you reading anything interesting right now?
Well, I'm actually reading Nelson Mandela's book, Long Walk to Freedom. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yeah, I have. I haven't read it though.
Amazing book. It's so inspirational.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's give that a try.
So what are you up to tonight?
I'm going out with some friends.
Are you? Where are you guys going? I'm actually staying tonight's my last day. We're actually going back
really?
tomorrow,
You're going back
Philadelphia.
to Philly?
Yeah, we're going back to Philly tomorrow.
did you
We're
used to
actually
live
thinking
in
about.
Boston?
No, I live. One of our mutual friend who used to live in New York when I lived there, he moved to Boston, so we're visiting him here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we were thinking about going to this place called Liberty Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know where that is?
I know where that is, yeah.
Yeah. Where are you guys going?
I don't know. We haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a number and I'll let you know if you want to come out.
Yeah,
We could probably hang out.
Okay. So obviously, good set in the sense, daytime set number, that's a good result. However, could you have potentially gotten a better result out of this?
Yeah, I could have. Try to find out where she was going exactly and try to go for instant date, depending on where she was going.
Definitely. I 100% agree with that. And yeah, 100%. Think instant date first, and then think phone number second. Like pull instant date, phone number. And a good question to ask is, I sometimes say, this is an extreme version, but it has all the elements. You say, what are you doing this exact second? And there's a reason why I ask. Right? So the reason why I say, if you say, what are you doing right now? Or what are you doing? A lot of times they'll give you some plan that occurs like an hour or two in the future, but it indicates that they have plans. And so then they're thinking about, oh, I don't have that much time to spend, or I can't do things, or that sort of thing. But if you say, what are you doing this exact moment? And there's a reason why I ask. If you say, what are you doing this exact moment? They may say like they're in a hurry or something like that, and then just like make them realize that, and then it'll end the set when it shouldn't have. When you say that there's a reason why I ask, that gives you the in after the question, no matter what the answer is, to at least continue the conversation. So it's a good way to find out what they're doing and make it immediate, because theoretically, like, you're not going to try and sell them on, let's hang out for an hour right now. You're hang out for let's hang out for 5 minutes. Let's get a quick coffee, a quick like smoothie, whatever. And then the reason why I ask locks them in that it's not going to be the last question asked.
So you would actually ask the question exactly like that. What are you doing this exact second?
What are you doing right this second?
Like
And there's a reason why I ask. Yeah. Sometimes I do one element or another element, like sometimes I do, what are you doing, and there's a reason why I ask. Or sometimes I do, what are you doing this exact second? But the full version, like I think it's a risk of losing the set. It's not going amazingly well, but it needs to be asked. I'd ask the full version. Yeah. And I really like those words for the reasons I said.
I like the gold one. I like the.
Oh, thanks. What do you have? You have iPhone too?
No, yeah, I have the same one except silver.
You have a silver one?
I just shattered
Isn't
the screen.
the silver one?
How do you not make fun of her for that? You have gold, she has silver. Come on. Come on. It's the easiest opportunity to make fun of someone I've ever heard in my entire life.
One like the black one, or is that the?
No, it has like a.
Gray
Oh,
one.
is this silver? Oh, maybe this is silver.
Other question. How much intent or lack of intent is in this set?
There's not much intent.
There isn't there.
Besides the fact that first, when I said you're cute, That was intent. But after that, it was more about just like, where are you from? What do you do? Kind of conversation.
Okay, so there is and there isn't actually. In a way, there is. There is intent because you opened relatively direct and because you did the whole like question. No, actually, you're cute. That's good. So that's intent, and that's directly intentful you and her. The other thing that's intentful in a way is that you are talking about you and her as opposed to talking about random topics. This is what I call the chode intent, right? Which is asking the chode questions, asking the get to know you questions, because you're not saying I like you overtly, but you are making the same type of conversation you'd make on a date, the same kind of conversation that we call like phatic communication. But the implication of that that sort of communication is you and I should be something, you and I should get to know each other. So that actually conveys intent too. However, there are better ways and more direct ways and stronger ways, which would be things like mini cold reads, statements of intent, push, pull, teasing, that kind of stuff, because there's not a lot of that here. So there is intent in a sense, and in day game particularly, you kind of will get away with this because the very fact of doing an open in day game is so rare, at least comparatively rare, and so you can kind of ride the intent of the open for a lot longer without showing intent after. So you can get away with this, but I would still like to see just a little bit of a smattering, like the occasional spike of some kind of statement of intent or some sort of push-pull or something like that to make it like really good. Because right now, what does she really know about you to make this number solid? Not much. A few facts, right? She knows that you were confident enough to approach her, you seemed fairly normal, etc. Which actually can give you a day too. But it's not one where she's like, oh my god, I was so like, I really like that guy, etc., etc. This could really go somewhere. So I say a little more intent would be good. And then also, I'm gonna guess you don't stay a whole lot after the number, which would be a good idea too. You should definitely stay after the number.
I'll actually call you right now so you get my number.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll have it.
Sweet.
Okay.
Well, nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
So good set, but could have been better.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
But certainly very good. Certainly more good than bad. Good, calm, relaxed. In general, even though you're talking too fast, you are relaxed body language-wise. You're not crazy all over the place. You're open in particular was a good combination of assertive and calm. So that's all very good. And then
So you would say
the big thing that made that set work to me, a couple things. But the biggest thing that made that set work was when you decided to walk with instead of just standing there. That made it a much, much better set. Now, it did potentially limit the time you'd have with her, so that's risky. But the idea of doing something right away instead of standing there, whether it be let's sit down, come check this out, say hi to my friend, come over here, that sort of thing, anything like that is a really, really good thing to transition it from cold approach to normal interaction. So I think that was one of the big things that made this set. And then obviously the fact that you went through the process of figuring out where she's going and closed. And her answer helped you as well. Her answer of we're going somewhere we don't know, that really facilitated the close for you. So you kind of got led into it.